Hi, Aaron Bernstein again. And if you've seen the previous two videos, Basic Rhythms 1 and 2, then you should be familiar with the whole note, half note, quarter note, and the eighth note. So in this video, we're going to introduce 16th notes, which for now will be the shortest and fastest note values we'll encounter. All right, let's jump in. Let's start with the Turkish March from Mozart's Piano Sonata in A. Now, here's the first half of the rhythm, and listen to the number of sounds you hear on each beat box. The second and fourth beats had one sound each, so of course those were quarter notes. But the other beats had 4 sounds each. So we need to introduce a new kind of note that's short enough to fit 4 of them onto each beat. Say hello to the 16th note. By itself, it has 2 flags, unlike the 8th note which had only 1. But we need 4 of them, and just like 8th notes, they're usually beamed together. Notice that the 16th notes have 2 beams, as opposed to the single beam for eighths. And now here's that rhythm again. And now for the rest. This time the first 3 beats each had 4 sounds, so that'll be 4 16th notes for each of those beats. And the last beat had only 1 sound, and that's a quarter note. All right, here's the entire rhythm all the way through. Finally, we need some rhythm syllables for these 16th notes. You recall from our last lesson that we say ta for quarter notes and tt for 2/8. For 16th notes, we'll say ticka ticka. So here's the Mozart again, this time with rhythm syllables. Ticka ticka ta, ticka ticka ta, ticka 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 ta. Okay, here's how to get really good at these rhythms. We're going to clap just once on each beat box while we say the rhythm syllables out loud. Remember, don't say them in your head, because the whole point is to hear it. We're going to go from quarter notes to 8th notes to 16th notes, and then work our way back to quarters. I'll do it first. Ta, ta, ti, 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 ticka, 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 ti, 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 ta, ta. Okay, now you try. Ta, ta, ti, 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 ticka, 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 ti, 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 ta, ta. Excellent. Now for our next example, Pachelbel's Canon in D. This is where we get to mix it up with 8th and 16th notes. Listen to these 2 beats. Each beat had 3 sounds, and the notes look like this. Let's hear 2 beats of 16th notes, followed by our new rhythm. So you can see that the first 2 16th notes have been replaced by a single 8th note. Notice it has just 1 beam, like any respectable 8th note. The last 2 16th notes remain unchanged and still have 2 beams. So our new rhythm is 1 8th note plus 2 16th notes. And for our rhythm syllables, we'll say ti ticka. Listen for this rhythm again in the music. Okay, let's look at the rhythm. It was really the same thing twice. The first 2 beats had that new ti ticka rhythm, and the following 2 beats just had 16th notes, ticka ticka. And to round it off, just 1 quarter note at the end, ta. And with that, we clap the complete rhythm. Ti ticka, ti ticka, ticka ticka, ticka ticka, ti ticka, ti ticka, ticka ticka, ticka ticka, ta. Moving forward about a century and a half, here's Dvorak's New World Symphony. There's a new rhythm here, and it sounds like this. As you can see, it's just another arrangement of 8th and 16th notes. Here's 4 16th notes for comparison. This time, it's the last 2 16th notes that have been replaced by a single 8th note. The first two 16th notes remain unchanged. So our rhythm syllables go tick-a-tee. Now let's hear this rhythm at work in the New World Symphony. The first beat was T-T, 2/8 notes. The next beat had our new rhythm, tick-a-tee. Third beat, ticka-ticka, 4 16th notes. And the last beat, 1/4 note, ta. And if we look at the last part, we find the identical rhythm. And now, in its entirety, T-T, ticka-tee, ticka-ticka-ta, T-T, ticka-tee, ticka-ticka-ta. Now there's one more 8th and 16th note combo we can fit onto a beat, and it's this. Have a listen to Scott Joplin's original Rags. Let's review the 3 rhythms we've already seen. 4 16th notes, ticka-ticka, an 8th and 2 16ths, T-ticka, and the reverse of that one, 2 16ths and an 8th, ticka-tee. Finally, we could take these middle 2 16th notes and replace them with 1/8, leaving the first and last 16th notes alone. And this is our new rhythm, 16th, 8th, 16th. Listen again. For this rhythm, we'll use the syllables ka-tee-ka. Here are the rhythms along with the music. Finally, let's clap and say it. Ka-tee-ka-tee-tee, ka-tee-ka-tee-tee, ka-tee-ka-ticka-tee, ta, rest. One more time for good luck. Ka-tee-ka-tee-tee, ka-tee-ka-tee-tee, ka-tee-ka-ticka-tee, ta, rest. Congratulations! You're now familiar with the rhythms that comprise the vast majority of music out there. We still have a lot to learn though, so please check out the next lesson on dotted rhythms. I'm Aaron Bernstein, and thank you for watching.